Is that okay? Hi, ladies. How's it going today?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations on this. I don't know how to describe it. A mind bend, wild ride. Am I getting close here? It was insane, but you both were so great in it. Chelsea, let's start with you. I have to ask you, getting this material, had you been familiar with the comic, like with the graphic comic, or did you get the script and you were like, yeah, I got to do this?
I read the script when I auditioned, and then I went to Mexico not thinking I'd get it, and then I had to fly back like right away, and I had a week to prep it. So
Whoa.
it was a quick learning experience, but I did it. I wasn't familiar with the graphic novel, although I wish I was because it's so fascinating, and I still like look through them sometimes. I have some copies from Connor. I think he's just so talented at his art.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of the process of it was getting the script for reading it once and then reading it a second time once I was booked, and then a few times, and then getting introduced to the graphic novels, which then added a whole nother layer of like character prep for me, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And Rainey, how about you?
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the graphic novel prior to shooting. I actually didn't really see any of it until the movie was about to come out. But yeah, I put myself on tape, read the script, had kind of a whirlwind basic understanding of what I thought the movie was. Tape, found out I booked it, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this is awesome. Now I really got to read the script and put the pieces together in a real way and try to understand what is actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I know, right? I'm sure it took a few reads to kind of like my character's going where, doing what, and this one's doing. Yeah, yeah, insane. Now, Chelsea, for you, yeah, because Cindy, it's an interesting role, no question about it. How do you personalize something like that?
Well, I mean, a big theme in this is like manipulation and things of that nature, and just even on like a small scale to whatever scale, I just like empathize with that, like ways that like her naivete and her trusting element, I could relate to that a little bit in terms of just being a trusting person and an optimist and trying to make it work.
Mm.
But then a lot of it's imagining what her situation is, and I'd like to journal in character and like kind of create backstory for her, like how did she end up with this guy and where is her family, and kind of adding context to it to like help me prep that. And then we were talking in the last interview, but music really helps me too, just emoting and emotional. And I kind of do the prep and I really read the script a million times and understand who she is. And then I throw that away and I just am present on set in the moment, and whatever comes up and is emoted is who she is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Rainey, how about for you? Like, how is it for you when you get a character? I would suspect, like, even if you have, well, that's what acting is all about. You take things that, give you a challenge and it's not like you, but how do you personalize a role to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever I am working on something, the most important thing for me is just to read the script and reread the script and really have like as much of an understanding of like what's on the page as possible. And then from there, usually I'll kind of make a list of how I am the same as the character, how I am different from the character, and what I can bring that's from myself to the character, and then the elements that I need to like outsource or like create kind of a different set of circumstances to understand where they're coming from. Um, so yeah, and then like once I actually get on set, there's certain, depending on where I need to be, there's certain songs that I know if I listen to this song, it's gonna make me cry, or like if there's
Sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like if I need to be just wherever I need to be, there's certain like triggers and certain things that I know that I can do to myself to get myself where I need to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, because it worked for this one. Chelsea, you touched on something I wanted to mention is, yeah, it is. To me, this film was all about power, people who have power and manipulation, and how we are all sucked in different ways. And in the real world, obviously, you go to social media and I was just talking to Rob, and I said, I watched this movie a year ago, like when it was first presented at the festival, and then I watched it again just the other day, and I just thought, the world has been insane for the last few years, and it's been so manipulated by your former president, by what's going on in Russia. I mean, it is just crazy. So I wanted to get both of your opinions on how, manipulation, and how people are so sucked in by what they read, especially on social.
Yeah, I think power is a dangerous thing when it's used wrong. And I think that, I mean, in this case of the movie, like it's out of Cindy's control. She's unaware. So like the powers that be, are controlling the narrative until she like finds out the truth. But social media, yeah, I try to stay off as much as I can and just kind of tap in and out. But I think, like anything, it can be a tool, and then it can also be used as a manipulation, and, showing up on the feed with things that they're feeding us and not even realizing that it's influencing our decision-making or things of this nature. But yeah, I think power and manipulation is really dangerous, and it's effed up, it shouldn't. I'm an honest person, so I don't, it overwhelms me to think that people are using power for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Rainey, would you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we live in the era of fake news and people being completely convinced of their own reality and their own perspective, regardless in some circumstances of what like the actual facts or the science shows, or like, what may or may not actually be the truth. And I think we do, like, even when something as simple as like Photoshop, like you don't know what's real and what's not. You don't
Exactly.
And I think there really is such a parallel between the anxiety I think we all feel living in the time that we do, and not having a real sense of what is manipulation, what is real, and people are so have such vast different beliefs, and I think it is kind of a reflection of the times in a way.
Yeah, it really makes you think watching this film. That is for sure. Yeah, there's no question about it. Now, Chelsea, you've had the opportunity to now work with both Qualley sisters. So I would like to know when we're going to have the three of you in a movie together.
Oh, please. Yes. That would be amazing. They're both like my sisters, my best friends, my soul sisters. But I would love that if anyone can write us a film.
It was so sweet. When Chelsea booked this movie, she called me and she was like, "Oh my God, I just booked the raddest role. The script is so crazy. I'm so excited." I was like, "Wow, that's amazing, incredible. What's the movie?" And she started describing the plot to me, and I was like, "Wait a minute." I'm that too. So we like had no idea that we both took the same project, but it was
Thank
awesome.
you, Mandy Sherman.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is so good. But yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up, Rainey, listen, obviously you've seen Maid, your sister, oh my God, but to see your sister and mom work together in that series, I mean, it was fabulous. I wish they would have shoved you in there somewhere, but what was it like, to see that, and the success that your sister's obviously having, and yours is obviously rising, but to see your mom was so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. My God, I had the opportunity to talk to her, and she's such a lovely woman. Oh my God. What's it like for you? You must be so proud.
I'm so proud. I'm proud of everything they do, and they both kicked ass in that show. It was so awesome to see them work together. And obviously it's like, they're so different from the characters that they're playing, but they're so natural at playing mother and daughter, that like seeing that dynamic play out was so awesome. And I mean, they both have put so much heart and so much soul and so much work into that project. It was like middle of COVID. They were stuck in Canada for like 9 months, couldn't come home, and so happy that it was really so well received, because they really did. They both worked so hard on it.
Yeah, well, like I say, we want to see the three of you in a film, and you could stick Andy in there too. Give her, I'm sure.
Yes.
But congratulations to the two of you on this. You did such a great job in this film, and a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you today. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Bonnie.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay, take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay.